And now, a word from
Infirmary Media.
Excuse me, bitch?
It's time for Blumpkin and Friends, starring your host, the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
Hey kids, I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin, and with me here today is my friend,
Steiny.
or...
Other Neil.
Don't sound too enthusiastic about that.
Well, you know, I don't know which title I'm supposed to go with most of the time.
Mainly Steiny.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah. It's unique enough.
I'm going to paint a picture for you. Okay, me and the wife, I think it was more towards dinner time. Shades are still drawn in the room. Bathroom door is shut. It's dimly lit in the room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on top of her. And inside of her.
Fantastic.
Kids keep knocking at the door.
Is it locked?
It's locked.
Fantastic.
Because I'm not a rookie. It's not my first rodeo. And I say to them, go away, we'll come out in a few minutes. And they're like, what are you doing? We're like, we're kissing. Give us some fucking privacy. And one of them starts trying to turn the knob. I'm like, if you open that door, you will be grounded forever.
And
they stop fucking with it. And then a minute and a half later, I hear him fucking with the door a second. So before I can even say anything, they have taken something, popped the lock, and opened it quick.
Goodbye!
Really?
We weren't under the covers. We were on top of the comforter. So I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And they quick close the door. I saw their faces for about 2 seconds.
The register of shock and horror?
They didn't see what was going on because it was dark enough.
All right.
But later on, Chi-Chi's like, I saw your butt. I'm like, no, you didn't. What you think you saw, you didn't see. And if you're wise, you won't bring it up ever again.
So you're trying to do like the magician and the subtle art of suggestion, like you didn't actually see what you saw.
Yeah, I'm trying to use the fucking Jedi mind trick on my own kids.
Yeah.
God damn. Buddy! What the fuck? Take a shit and then get going. God damn cat.
It's amazing how loud that is through the headphones.
Me yelling or him scratching?
No, him scratching.
So anyways, today's episode is about being caught in the act.
Oh, yeah.
Have you been caught in the act?
No.
Never once, not by little man. He's 12 now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to be 12 here in just a couple weeks' time. And no, so when his mother and I were actually together, he was still pretty young. He was only about the age of 3.5, about the time that we had split up. And by then, things had kind of cooled off anyway, so it's not like we were doing a whole lot of coitus.
Very technical.
Thank you. So never had that issue, and then I was fortunate enough to have him every other night type thing, so usually I wouldn't be too active on the nights that I would have him. Now, granted, that has changed since, you know, the living situation and moving in with the fiancé, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
That has definitely changed, and so we've tried it a couple times and been pretty quiet, but you still always wonder when you come downstairs and he's up playing video games or messing around on the phone if he heard us. But as far as actually walked in or caught, no, I've been fortunate enough to avoid that.
Oh, good for you!
That is not the first time I've been caught.
By your
That's the
children?
only time I've been caught by mine. In that instance, it was the juice and Chi-Chi and the baby, who was just standing there as like the smallest part of the apple dumpling gang who's going along with whatever the fuck they're doing.
Oh yeah, the tag along.
So, funny thing, little E wasn't there for that instance.
Okay.
However, she has caught us. And this was back in 2016. So we're laying in the wife's bed at her former residence. And the bedroom door is like these two French doors that meet, like these pocket French doors.
Sure.
We're watching a movie, and all of a sudden, you know, the mood hit me, so I'm doing her from behind, but on our side.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, the door opens up a little. And she's like, get out of here. Just go to bed. I'll come upstairs in a minute. She's like, what are you doing? And then she's like, he's rubbing my back. Just leave me alone. She shuts the door. She goes upstairs. The next day on the ride to school, she's like, why were you breathing so funny last night? She's just like, don't talk about it. Don't ask. But here's the funny thing. I am 99% positive that we conceived Bug that night.
It's amazing how you can plot it back to a certain time like that. So, little E was witness to the miracle of life?
Well, she was witness to the precursor.
Oh.
Not the finish.
Well, I guess I didn't know where segment you were. Were you wrapping it up? Were you just starting?
Nah, we were about a third of the way. And it's not like if I get spooked, I just come. Like how if you sneak up on a horse, they might jump or kick. It's just like, oh God, sorry. And yet, little E catching me is not the first time I was caught.
Okay.
The first time I was caught was maybe about a year and a half before that. I was seeing this chick, biracial chick, contextual details. So anyways, we were sitting on the couch watching something, and her daughter fell asleep. Her 6 or 7 year old daughter fell asleep on the floor in front of us. So we start kissing and stuff. I'm like, let's go to your room. She's like, why? I'm like, because I feel weird doing this with the kid right there.
Yeah, 6 or 7 is old enough to be aware.
And we weren't even getting that dirty on the couch.
But it was getting...
It was moving that way.
Right.
So we go to her room, and we were doing stuff, and then a short time later, a TV, an old square tube TV, 8 feet away from the bed, is lighting the room. There's no other lights. It's nighttime. And not only did she have a bedroom door, but there was a double door on the bathroom. So you could go in the bathroom from the hallway and then go also into the bathroom from the bedroom. She's knobbing me off. And it's very apparent what's going on. There's a naked mom, face down, ass up, on a bed with her head in my lap. And I'm just laying back with my arms behind my head.
Doing what you're supposed to do.
Having a grand old time.
Yep.
And the door opens, you just hear, Mommy? And so she jumps backwards off the bed, slides, and then covers. All I could do was just, grab a pillow and cover my dick.
At least you had other clothing on, right? I mean...
No, I was buck-ass naked.
Oh,
we both were.
Oh, man. So she got the full show, then.
I don't know if she saw my dick, because her mom moved so fast that hopefully her eyes trained to that movement, while I simultaneously pillow blocked my junk.
Right.
But still, fucking scarred that little girl, I'm sure. But I was, 33, 34 at the time. Something like that. I went that long without getting caught.
Yeah?
Almost 20 years of banging without getting caught like that. And that chick was not the first mom that I nailed. So what about now reversing it? What about you? You ever walk in your folks by mistake?
So if you want to go way back when, some of my earliest memories of stuff that just didn't add up or, just was kind of weird, I remember probably being about 5 or 6 years old. So I don't remember if this was my mom and my dad or my mom and a guy she was seeing before my dad. But I had a bedroom off to the side, and my mom, she was renting part of a townhome. And so her bed was actually kind of in the living room area, or just kind of off the living room area. There was no door or anything like that. And I just remember being 5 or 6 and coming out there and just chaos on the bed, movement, noises, and kind of walking up to the side of the bed and saying something to my mom.
Nice.
But not getting a reaction, right? And then something getting knocked off the nightstand, a book or something that was there, got knocked off, hit the ground, and I just turned around and walked back into my room. That's just a weird ass memory I have. But that was probably the first time I'd ever walked in on my parents or somebody.
How dark was it?
Dark at night, but it's one of those things your eyes can still see in the dark, and so I think that's why it was just a blur of shapes on the bed. I didn't actually
horizon of femininity.
Right, I didn't see any bodies. I think for the most part everything was under the covers, so to say. But yeah, it still didn't make much sense to me at that age.
See, I don't like the covers on me because if I get on top, then I worry at some point that like the comforter is going to start working its way in between my ass cheeks or something.
Oh, yeah. I've had that where it kind of gets bunched up in weird places.
Yeah.
In fact, today we kind of a midday go around after taking a shower in the morning.
Go on.
And my hip flexors started cramping up because exactly that. The comforter was kind of bunched up under one knee, so I was kind of at a weird angle, and you find a good rhythm, a good pattern, right? So you just keep going for a bit, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my hip flexor started cramping up.
I've gotten like foot cramps.
Really? Yeah, I've had that too.
Those are fucking terrible.
Yeah, and I've also gotten calf cramps too.
You're not stretching enough.
I guess. No.
Or you're getting too old for this.
Not enough bananas, whatever potassium that's supposed to be that prevents
I seriously
cramping.
need to get some B vitamins in me. Son of a bitch.
But no, that's the earliest memory I have. And then, what about you and your parents? Did you ever walk in them? Okay.
Never.
Did you ever bear witness to sounds that you shouldn't have? Because when I was in like middle school and high school, my parents would go to bed early, like 10 o'clock on a Saturday night. But then usually around like 11:30, 12 o'clock, if I was up, I could hear them going to town.
Well, I'm guessing because of my mother's large size and pear shape, she wasn't getting on top because the thigh obstruction.
Yeah, I've kind of always wondered how big people make things work.
It's not like I want to be like, so did you have to fuck mom doggy style a lot because she's so fat, or what the fuck? Because that'd be an awkward conversation to have. The only time, and I've told this story before, it was a night we got home from Florida, and we got all the way back to the house, and they put my sister to bed, and they went to bed, and I'm in bed. And this is after the flights and all that shit.
Sure.
And all of a sudden, I just hear from down the hall, "Help! Son, help! Your dad's trying to stick his thing in me!" And I was just like, I hate you both so much right now. Like, really? It's wrong on so many levels. One, that they weren't even in bed that long before he tried to do it. Two, that she would cry out at all to make it apparent what's happening. And three, that she called out for my help. What am I going to do? Come running down there with a fucking wooden spoon and a pan and start banging on it like it's a stray cat getting on the Thanksgiving turkey?
Or you're going to tackle dad? Yeah, I mean, what's going on? You're going to fight your dad who has an erection right now. Yeah.
Stop hurting my mom! My dad probably couldn't get an erection then. I don't know. It's a math. If I was, hell, he's about the age I am now.
I always wondered about that too. Those couples that you're like, ugh. How do you find that attractive still? How does it still work?
Spank bank.
You think so?
Go
back to memories.
Place.
Yeah, I bet.
You envision other vaginas while you're in this vagina, and then you just like, have you ever had a chick that sounds like another chick you knew that you didn't bang but wanted to?
Yeah.
You just close your eyes and enjoy
kind of imagine that one. Yeah.
It's kind of like Westworld, but without actually like having all the other sensory receptors going. It's just eyes closed, penile stimulation, and then your brain's playing like Viewmaster with what you think is going on.
Just snapshots of
of
better times.
Rolling in the same cooch over and over can get pretty boring. Hi, I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin, here to tell you how to enjoy your girlfriend's vagina even though you've been inside it 1,000 times. If you start to lose interest when you're doing the deed, just close your eyes and think about someone else. It works like magic. You see, sensation-based muscle memory is a very powerful thing, and our penises, just like an elephant, never forget. So if you have carnal knowledge of a number of different women, just think about all of them and pretend the vagina you're pounding is theirs. Also, when you're about to come, try holding your breath to enhance your climax. The lack of oxygen will increase the euphoric effect. It works for me, and it can work for you too. Because the imagination is a very powerful thing.
You're listening to Blumpkin&Friends.
I enlisted the help of the audience to get some more stories.
Fantastic.
I'm just going to start off with, I sent out a text, and I got a text from Nani back saying, can I call you right now? I'm like, okay, this is good. I just automatically hit the call button on the phone. So instead of texting, obviously, he's going to read it off to me on the phone.
Sure enough.
And he came home from somewhere, I think playing at the neighbor's house, and his brother and sister were on the couch. And he's like, where's Mom and Dad? Well, they're back in their room, but don't go back there, okay? And he's like, why? And he just ignores it, and he goes back to check on his folks. And he goes and he opens the door and sees his mom knobbing his dad off.
You don't say.
That's worse, in my opinion. Seeing your mom suck a dick,
right?
And it's your dad's dick,
right? You're just ruined on many levels in that exchange.
So they tell him to get out, and he does, and the door shuts again. Afterwards, a short time later, his dad comes on and goes, never tell anyone what you saw today. Don't even talk about it at all. Right, that's some very Clint Eastwood style shit.
Right, yeah, like, oh crap.
The next day, his dad put a locking knob on the bedroom door.
Hindsight. Oh,
right.
Man.
I mean, he
was would have just had it a day before.
10 or 11.
So
when this happened.
My question is was her siblings older or younger? And
Older.
had they
Both.
already seen? Oh, like maybe they already walked back there and saw.
No, I think they knew what was going on, and they just told him to knock it off, and he didn't listen and just went walking back there. Whereas I had another friend in high school, and I went to high school with Nani, if you don't recall. So this other dude we knew, his mom had remarried, and for whatever reason, I don't remember the setup, but he walks into open his mom and stepdad's bedroom door, and there's enough hallway light that he can see what's going on, and he sees his mom blowing his stepdad. And he's like, dude, it was fucking grotesque. She was really going to town.
Right? It's not something you want to picture your mom doing.
You want to picture your mom like very hesitantly just like kissing the tip and reluctantly giving it a lick or something. Not like she's fucking sucking it like it's the most delicious thing she's ever put in her mouth and she enjoys it so much.
Yeah. See, I didn't really have that visual until you had to get so graphic with it.
Well, I tend to take things to the nth degree.
No,
but
I get that. Yeah.
That's the worst thing is your mom is just sucking that dick like it's going to save his life.
Right. Haven't seen Mom that passionate about anything in life before.
Right. Whenever I bring home any of my art from the school, she's just like, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, right?
But if you put a dick in front of her...
My God, she becomes a whole nother animal.
It's like the answers to the secrets of life are inside of that cock, and she's trying to suck it out manually.
Right.
Number one fan, Tim. He was nailing the wife, his second wife,
Okay.
on the basement couch. And his oldest son, Pubert, years ago, came down, and they heard him, so they stopped. And then later on, they found out that he came downstairs because he thought he heard a monster.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Just imagine the amount of sound that would have been
I was just going to say,
generated from that.
what monstrous sounds were you hearing, Pubert?
Yeah.
You know, this does actually take me back. There was a time, and it took you saying couch for me to remember it, where it was kind of that spooning type position.
I triggered
we had
something
we
here
had
now.
we had the blanket, so I guess I don't want to know what I should call her as far as her name.
Your ex?
No, the fiance. She was over at my old house, and type of thing. My son had been outside playing, and nice afternoon. We were just kind of laying there watching a movie, and she had a skirt on, and kind of reached up underneath, and things started working the way they should, and we had a blanket, and it was great. And of course, all of a sudden, you hear the back door open, and comes slamming in, and coming upstairs. And sure enough, we just went still and just, oh, hey, how's it going? Blah, 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 talk a little bit. And then, yeah, why don't you go back outside and play or go, do whatever. And he took off back outside and we just resumed. So I guess kind of was caught, but not really. It's not he saw anything.
I have a comment and then I have a question.
Sure.
Comment. If you were writing that letter to Penthouse, I would title it, We Had a Blanket.
Right.
Just like what you said. Question. When she knew you were caught, did she tense up?
Oh, yeah.
Down there.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, oh my God, I wish I could fucking pump right now. Damn it. Just Sunday's like, just like her intervaginal walls just vacuumed onto your dick.
Right? Yeah.
Creating that seal, and you're like, oh my God, I hope he fucking leaves the room in the next 30 seconds. I will destroy you. And then afterwards, you're like, hey, by the way, can you like squeeze like that more often? Because I think that Zumba class is really working. A comment that would totally end the mood right there.
Of course, of course.
Women. Things are going to get turned up a notch now because Ivy's life is a fucking incredible story. All the shit that's gone on because of her dumpster fire druggy mom. I'm going to read you a few of these from Ivy. She just started blowing my phone up. Like 2-3 texts. 9th grade, my mom and her boyfriend were cuddling on the couch, and I was on the other one. We were watching TV, and the commercials came on, so I took that time to use the bathroom. Maybe 2 minutes max? By the time I came back, she was blowing him on the couch, so I just turned around and went to my room.
I suppose, yeah. It's not like you can go back to watching that movie.
Well, her mom was just like, give me that dick.
Well, maybe, in the druggy mind, hours had passed and it was time.
Or maybe she was just giving 110% because she loves it so much.
Yeah, just like Mom, huh?
I was going to say, name that movie. Haggard. Bam Margera.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Here's another one. When I was in 1st or 2nd grade, my bed was in the same room as my mom's, and I was watching a movie, but my mom thought I was asleep. So her and her boyfriend started having sex. I just pretended I was sleeping.
Ew.
2nd grade, huh? So about 7, 8 years old?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Fucking terrible. There was a time that me and my sister had bunk beds. My sister's baby daddy was staying over because, it was his new girlfriend. And they took the top bunk. She's on the bottom. So she wakes up to them having sex, and so she got up and told her mom.
Yeah.
So they'd get in trouble. I don't know what age this is.
Yeah. That's still messed up.
Isn't it, though? Yet more from Ivy. I've walked in on my mom having sex a lot of times. It's pretty much normal now. Her bed was in the living room at one house, so that happened a lot. I'm sure our mailman has even seen her having sex at that house.
Oh, Jesus.
Her mom is just a freak. I also went on the internet and got some stories here.
Nice.
That I will read. This one is titled The VHS Tape. I asked my ex-boyfriend to watch my kindergarten graduation with me on VHS. I thought it would be sweet. As soon as the ceremony ended, the tape showed my parents having sex. I was completely mortified and ejected the tape. My ex said, "What are you embarrassed about? Everybody watches porn." And I responded with, "That wasn't porn, those were my parents."
And use the same tape as your graduation video.
Right, which means that they didn't have another tape, so they just fucking taped over it, but then they didn't bother to clear the rest of the tape.
Yeah.
The dirty cowboy hat. I moved back in with my parents for a little while in college, and one night I woke up because I heard Christina Aguilera's Dirty coming through the wall that connected our rooms. I went in to ask them to turn it down and caught them doing it doggy style with their backs to me, and my dad was wearing a cowboy hat. It's been 2 years and I'm still psychologically scarred. Who's college age that has parents that fuck to Christina Aguilera songs?
No shit, that's messed up.
The worst hide-and-seek spot. When I was 6, I played hide-and-seek with my cousins on vacation and hid in the closet. About 10 minutes into the game, I heard my mom and stepdad come into the room, and they started going at it. I was too embarrassed to come out, so I sat there and listened to every gruesome noise.
All I could say is hopefully stepdad was fast.
Probably not.
Right?
Probably
Have
not.
to sit through like a half an hour.
Well, even if he was, it would have felt like a half an hour.
Yeah, good point. The minutes would stretch on.
Here's somebody that titled it The Hot Tub Disaster. When I was in high school, I went out with some friends, but we had to come back to my house to grab something. As soon as we walked to the front door, we had a direct view of my mom and stepdad having sex in the in-ground hot tub. So I ran to my room, grabbed what I needed, and ran out of the house. My parents still don't know I saw them.
Ignorance is bliss in that.
This next one's my favorite. It's called The Undercover Liquor. I walked into my parents' bedroom and proceeded to see my father raise his hand up from under the covers and lick his fingers.
Oh, goddamn. That is awesome.
It doesn't specify if he was alone or they were together or what the fuck.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different things that can be inferred from that.
Like, was he getting ready to just...
Six-pack himself?
Or lick his fingers and jam them into a wife? Or
That would have been my thought first, but then you said he could have been by himself, so...
He could have been.
Yeah.
Oof. The loudest whisper ever. I was home from the military, introducing my daughter to my family for the first time. I got up in the middle of the night to go downstairs for water and walked by my parents' closed bedroom door. I heard weird sounds, so I paused. That's when I heard my dad heavily whisper, "God, this is so juicy." To which my mother replied, "Yeah, come get this juicy pussy."
What?
I ran back to the room and didn't come out until the morning. I have since told my husband this story, so now to annoy me, he says the word juicy, and I gag.
Fantastic.
Ruined.
Oh, man, you could never hear that. How could you go to the store and buy gum and again? Juicy fruit? I mean, it's just everywhere.
Any songs by Juicy J, you're like, I don't care how fucking dope the beat is. Turn that shit off. I don't want to hear it. Come get this juicy pussy. Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's weird, though, because parents talk like that. Because a little while ago, the Dirty Bee texted me when she was not sleeping here. I'm going to read you what she texted me because it's very unbelievably dirty. This is from July 5th. Yeah, that's like a month and change ago.
Oh, I thought you guys have been living together for a long time.
We have, but this is from, she was staying at her parents' house that night.
Oh.
She's like, I wish you were here to do stuff with me. Like what? She's like teasing me with just the tip until I'm begging you to slam it in hard and deep.
Oh, you can.
Fun.
She kisses our baby goodnight with that mouth.
Yeah, but she won't talk to the baby like that. So
obviously.
It's
Is mommy gonna go suck daddy's dick while you sleep? Yeah, and you're not gonna remember this, are you, you little bitch? Okay, good night, accident. Oh.
You know, it's kind of like when you can talk to a dog and call him stupid and everything else like that. They don't know. They're never gonna They're not gonna realize it.
The final one, The Traumatic Threesome. It's an intriguing title. One night I woke up really late to loud music coming from the basement. When I went to go ask my parents to turn the music down, I walked into a horrible, scarring sight. Not only were my parents having sex, but they were also having a threesome. It was supremely awkward.
See, I think I should need more details about this threesome.
Yeah, was it two chicks?
Right, was it the neighbor?
Was that a devil's three-way? Were there two dudes?
Yeah,
Fucking
right.
A-framing your mom?
Exactly, you know.
High-fiving Eiffel Tower style?
Making a mom sandwich? I mean, yeah, it's a little too generic for me. I need more details out of that.
Situations like that I refer to like being roast at the spit. You're just turning it.
Sure.
On the skewer. Well, if you have kids and you have not been caught, my advice to you is to get a locking bedroom door handle. But in addition to that, I think it's wise to buy one of the old-style rubber door stops.
Yeah.
And just jam it under there. So even if they get the door open, they'll have a bitch of a time. And then also keep a basket of dirty clothes in your room. And push that in front of the door.
Anything you can to...
Everything short of like putting barricade brackets on either side of it and then slipping a 2x4 through like you're waiting for the DEA to come kick the bitch down.
See, I was going even more medieval like that. Exactly, yeah. I mean, they'd have to come with a battering ram or something to get through that.
And now, Jeremy Irons raps.
Because privacy is my middle name. My last name is Control. No, my first name ain't Daddy. It's Johnny. Mr. Blumpkin if you're nasty.
That was Jeremy Irons raps. Hi, it's the Body, and you're listening to Blumpkin and Friends. Well, I hope you've got your thinking cap on. Because he's reached the point in the show when it's time to play a game.
What do we have today?
We are playing BS Trivia, which you have played before.
Yep.
Which I didn't think you had. And then you reminded me when you went up to the wall of scores and you have gotten a 7. Which is not the highest score anymore.
I see that, yeah. Somebody else has gotten around the 8s.
Dr. Murr got 8, which was fucking crazy. I couldn't believe it was going on. He had 7. And then the easy question, number 10, was who lives in a pineapple under the sea? And he starts laughing. It says SpongeBob SquarePants. Because I told him, if you don't get this, you're a fucking retard. It's time to play bullshit trivia on Blumpkin and Friends. So, BS Trivia, 10 questions. They do have answers. Some of them, if you don't know, you might get points for creativity. I have given half points, as you've seen.
I've seen that too. Yeah, somebody had 7.5. I was surprised.
Yeah, these things happen. So, without further ado, number 1. C is for cookie. V is for...
Vagina.
I said vaginosis because I was thinking of like creamy, stinky cooter discharge.
Yeah, I was going to say that sounds like a condition.
Yeah. I'm going to give you that one just because you were in the wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Number 2. Spell syphilis.
SYPHYLLUS.
No. Damn it. No, that's probably how the Canadians spell it. It's SYPHILIS.
Yep. I was thinking like Sybil.
Well, you can bounce back pretty quick here. Number 3. Name 3 black Viking quarterbacks.
Warren Moon, Randall Cunningham, and Tavares Jackson, and Teddy Bridgewater. I guess I gave you 4. Do I get bonus points for that?
No, you don't.
Oh.
But I'm just going to say Warren Moon, Randall Cunningham, Dante Culpepper,
Yes.
T. Jack, Donovan McNabb, Joe Webb, Josh Freeman for 1 game, and Teddy
That's
Bridgewater.
right. Yep. I forgot about Wormburn and McNabb. God, that was a train wreck.
There's a check for a point. You are 2 of 3. Number 4. True or false?
We're going to go false today.
Good, that's correct. No one's gotten it like that before. Good for you. At least I don't think they have. I can't keep track. We've done this too many times.
Yeah.
Number 5. What color is Snagglepuss?
He was purple, wasn't he?
He was pink.
Snagglepuss. I'm thinking Snuffleupagus.
Snuffleupagus is brown.
Yes.
He's an elephant.
Yeah, you're right.
Snagglepuss is a cat of some sort.
Yep. I was getting my childhood cartoons mixed up.
Number 6. Jenny Garth. Now. Would you?
She was the blonde, right?
She was the attractive blonde on 90210.
Yes.
Not to be confused with Tori Spelling's fucked up face as the other blonde on 90210.
Yeah, well, and then the brunette, she's the one who's got the messed up eye, where the left eye is way higher than the right eye on her head, too.
Are you talking about the older chick, Gabrielle Catieres, or are you talking about Shannon Doherty?
Shannon Doherty, the bitch. Yeah.
She's got a messed up eye?
Yeah, take a look. Oh, yes. Next time you Google things, check out some images of her and take a look at her asymmetrical face. It's messed up.
Usually when I Google Shannon Doherty, it includes the word nude at the end, and I'm not looking at her face.
Well, you see, there are things above the equator.
Unless I'm trying to see if there's light lines that don't match if it's a fake nude.
Yes.
Photoshopped her in. Otherwise, yeah, no.
Yeah.
So Jenny Garth, now.
Yes, because I saw her in a show like a couple years ago, and I was surprised at how good she looked.
I'm going to accept that, even though she's 46, has 3 kids, and has 2 ex-husbands.
Yeah. She's got experience.
She does. Number 7. How many feet are in a mile?
5,280.
That is correct.
Wow.
Good for you. Good
Wow.
for you. You're not going to get this one. No one ever does. Number 8's always the same. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Red light district in Netherlands.
The Netherlands?
Yeah, I trying to think of the city.
Okay. That's wrong.
Yeah.
She's in Chicago. She's seeing a show at the House of Blues.
Oh, damn.
I was really hoping you were going to guess something American. But,
I don't know. I thought maybe she was on a bender.
nah. Coke. Fucking strippers.
How do you think she keeps going all this time to get after these criminals?
That could be. Maybe she's just a high-priced mistress like Heidi Fleisch.
Oh, there's an old reference.
Underneath the red coat, fucking bustier, crotchless panties.
You would have never expected out of
Always
Carmen.
airing it out.
No.
I'd hit that. Number 9. Who has more number 1 hits on the Billboard charts? Ludacris or Lil Wayne?
I would actually say Lil Wayne.
That is correct.
Yep.
20 versus 18.
Wow. Gosh, I didn't realize Luda had that many.
Yeah, I was shocked that either one of them had that many fucking hits.
Yeah.
Number 10. What is 47 more than 153?
200.
Wow. Correct and very quick.
Yeah, that was my thing in school, was math.
Well, you got 7 again.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
That's consistency is key. Dr.
it's my
Murr's going to
medium.
have his fucking work cut out for him.
So, do we get a running tally, or this is just the highest out of 10? Okay.
No, it's out of 10 to see who's got the highest, and you got to get 9 or 8.5 to beat it.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Interact with the show on Twitter at Blumpkin Show. That is at Blumpkin Show. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/Blumpkin&Friends. The show is on iTunes and also on Podbean at blumpkinshow.podbean.com. I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
This is Other Neil.
Good night. Knock on the door. Who could it be? A little interruption from the KID. Go back to your room where you're gonna see your mommy doing naughty things to me. Right now she's kneeling down on the floor, giving goodnight kisses like a dirty whore. Deep throat fellatios her specialty. If you saw, well, she doesn't, you need therapy. The real show don't start for another few minutes. If you come back then, I'll be balls deep in it, grabbing on her titties and pounding her sniz, and autographing her tummy and an ounce of jizz. What did you think happens after you go to sleep? We just sit on the couch and watch TV while your son logs in your race car bed. I'm stabbing her with this mushroom head. Cause mommy has needs you don't know about, and she wants Johnny Blumpkin to turn around. She's been working hard all week long, so the Reverend's gonna bless her with this tongue. She packs your lunch, washes your clothes, wipes all the boogies out of your nose. So get under the covers and close your eyes. Right now is a private reward time. The groan you hear ain't a monster growling. It's mommy's special friend and he's pussy prowling. Taking the time to meet her demands with my salivary and reproductive glands. Did you get woken up by a clapping sound? That's my special purpose, going in and out, making the headboard go bump in the night while you're cuddling your teddy bear nice and tight. Do you like the color? Yeah, I do too. And my favorite shade's a creamy pearlescent hue. I'm like Bob Ross when I'm in between the sheets, painting happy little trees till I overheat. Granting wishes like a genie, call me Kazam. Bend in ways that would make Gumby say damn. While you dream about baseball and ice cream, I got a pillow on her face to muffle the scream. Cause mommy has needs you don't know about, and she wants Johnny Blumpkin to turn around. She's been working hard all week long, so the Reverend's gonna bless her with this tongue. She packs your lunch, washes your clothes, wipes all the boogies out of your nose. So get under the covers and close your eyes. Right now is a private reward time. Yeah, mommy is secretly a freak, and she's been yearning for this dick all week. So just like the title of the book reads, seriously, just go to sleep. She combs your hair, brushes your teeth, make sure your room stays nice and neat. Put on your jammies and nestle in so mommy's fun time can begin.